over it?
We're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss
Like
it.
we always do, Cindy.
We're going to answer questions about it.
You just have your time, Cindy. Cindy, you're on camera.
That wasn't that good.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Especially since
The other night I was on hardwood here, is doing ballet things, doing ballet dances with Gracie, so.
So, first off, are there any questions about what we read last night? Alright, so,
Go ahead.
I didn't understand the part of when they went to see them in the coffins, and they said, did they say their heads were wrapped? Or
Their
did you
heads-
see?
Their heads were wrapped. I think their faces were visible, but their heads were wrapped in a way that
So they didn't show like casualties of
they
blood?
didn't want to show the broken parts of their bodies
Okay.
from the gunshots. So in the reading last night, we did meet a new character. This is the lead detective on the case. Dewey is his name.
From Scream.
And
Best detective ever.
he is a fourth generation Kansan, born and raised. And what are his problems with this case? What are his biggest issues?
He doesn't know if they're like one person or two people.
Right. He really doesn't know if it was just one guy that committed the murder, if it was two guys, if it was a whole group. They really don't know. They have very little evidence. What's another problem that he's facing, aside from lack of evidence? Yes.
Even though the order that they were killed,
He doesn't know what?
the order that they were killed.
The order, okay, Mason?
like what motive they would even have.
They don't have a motive. They don't know why this happened. This just is out of
They had
nowhere.
like two little ones, but it's not like
Right. What were the little ones that they had?
something about Mr. Clutter ripping some people off or something like that.
So they do explore the possibilities that it's a personal grudge killing. And why don't they think that that's really plausible? Jarina?
Because Mr. Clutter was like really, everyone really liked him, and they figured that no one would really want to hurt him.
Right. He was generally well liked. He doesn't have that many people that dislike him, and the people that do, they don't think that they dislike him to the degree that they would go and murder his whole family. So they just don't get it. They're completely caught off guard. And then what's their other then? If it's not a grudge killing, what's their other option, the reason for the killing? Robbery, right, money. Why do they think it's not money though?
Because Mr. Clutter barely ever carried or had money.
Nothing was stolen out of the house.
Not much was stolen out of the house. Eric?
Mrs. Cutter had a lot of jewelry on.
Right, she still had her jewelry, so why wouldn't they take the wedding band if it was robbery? And another thing is it's legend around the county that Mr. Clutter has an aversion to cash. He really doesn't carry cash on him, he doesn't have a safe, and that's really well known. So they're at a loss, they really just don't get it. And how are the members of Holcomb reacting to this murder? How are they dealing with it, Shannon?
They're really scared.
They're scared. They're really afraid. They're,
Turning against each other.
say that again?
Turning against each other.
They are experiencing distrust of each other within their community. So, yeah, that's described as the simplest, ugliest reason in the book. They really don't know if the killer is among them. If they're looking at each other, they're not trusting each other, they're locking their doors at night. Mason?
I was going to say, like, they locked their doors where the one guy said he'd be coming home and the wife said, I'll just leave the porch light on or something like that.
Yeah, people are scared. They're afraid that it might happen again. And there's a quote in here that imagination, of course, can open any door, turn the key, and let terror walk right in. What do you think that means?
They're imagining that it happened to them.
Right, that they're imagining it would happen to them. That they can buy these locks that will secure their doors, but really nothing can stop them from thinking about the terrible things that happened. And another quote from the reading run half so high if this had happened to anyone except the Clutters. Anyone less admired, prosperous, secure, but that family represented everything people hereabouts really value and respect. And then such a thing could happen to them while it's like being told there is no God, it makes life seem pointless. And I guess there's a motif evident there. What do you think the motif is that's tied into that quote? Religion. It makes them feel like there is no God. Why do you think it makes them feel like that?
I think it's also somewhat well because it talks about also how even the wealthiest people can still be killed, etc.
Right? Even though they're prosperous, they weren't untouchable. It can happen to them.
But like the religion part would be that these people were, like the quote says, they were seen as basically the highest people within the town, and they were well respected. They went to church, and they were looked up to. But even the greatest people can die and be murdered.
That's right. They were prominent members of the community. And if it can happen to them, why wouldn't it happen to anyone else? And they do have one suspect in the murder, their main suspect. Right. Why do they think, what would Bobby's motive been?
Because Mr. Clutter didn't want Bobby and Nancy together because they were Methodist and he was Catholic. But that doesn't make sense to me because why would he kill Nancy then?
Exactly. So they do originally kind of suspect Bobby, but they discount him because if his motive was that he loved Nancy and he was forbidden from seeing her, why would he then kill Nancy? Mason?
We have some people state the whole if nobody can have them, like if I can have them, nobody can have them kind of thing. So
Okay,
it's a
so
possibility.
maybe, but probably not. He did take a lie detector test. He doesn't seem like in the interviews he's that psycho of a kid that he would murder the whole family because he wants to be with Nancy. So they initially think maybe, but they really discount him as a suspect. And then we meet one old lady in the town whose reaction does not quite match up with the rest of Holcomb. Do you remember her name? Myrtle. And what's up with Myrtle? How does she feel about this?
She feels like her time comes,
When my time comes, my time comes. She's like, if anyone wants to come rob me, I dare them. I'm not scared. And then what's the irony in this? Something ironic a little bit. She does. She gets robbed. She gets robbed of $950 just 11 months after saying that. So that's a little bit ironic. And then what's going on with Dick and Perry in this chapter? How are they feeling toward each other? Someone I haven't heard from? What are Dick and Perry up to?
And their escape to Mexico.
They're planning their escape to Mexico. Which of them is more excited about the escape to Mexico? Perry is way more excited than his partner Dick about the escape to Mexico. So there is a little bit of tension there. They're showing some different responses. They're handling the murder differently. So how is Dick kind of responding to the murder?
He's staying out of it. He doesn't really like read the papers about it or anything like that.
He doesn't read the papers, whereas Perry is reading through the article over and over. He's a little nervous. How can they get away with this? And Dick says, no, we're fine. Don't worry about it. If they had anything on us, we would have heard them coming. They would have been on us already. So Dick is really kind of thinking, we just got away with it. This was the perfect crime. And Perry's a little bit skeptical. Do you remember what Perry does to kind of knock Dick's ego down a peg?
Did he say something about Miss Wells or something?
Okay, Floyd Wells. He brings up a name, Floyd Wells. And we'll learn a little bit about him later. That isn't